lead by example, carry your own standards. But here's what's really hard. Don't let them bring you down to their level, their standard, right? The recliner does sound nice. It is a little cold outside. I would love to watch movies. Holiday season's coming up, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. We're in cruise control, baby. Why not relax? Um, because the people don't pay you to fucking relax. That's why. What's up, Rejects family? Hey, I just wanted to come on here and talk about a topic that I personally struggle with, and I've discussed with several other people in the fire service industry. And one of those is being an acting officer in someone else's house, right? And with someone else's crew, the culture and the standards are not how you carry yourself. It's not how you envision running your own house. But A, you're not promoted. And B, you're kind of the stepdad, right? You're the substitute teacher. So it's a big frustration, specifically for very motivated, purposeful firemen that want to have an impact, right? That, the oath keepers, the people that understand that when they show up to work, yeah, the kitchen table banter and the gossip and shooting the shit with the boys, that's all fun, right? But, a lot of us understand that there is a purpose on why we are at the firehouse, right? And that is to serve the community. And the best way to serve the community is to train yourself physically, mentally, get in your gear, do hard things, right? I mean, I used to do this, but I try not to anymore. I try not to go a 48-hour shift without putting myself through some hardship, right? Because not only does that help make you better for the job, but it sharpens your mind. It makes you more comfortable being uncomfortable. There's no better way to say that. And when you put yourselves voluntarily through hard things that are actually in line with the job, right? Because we can go do ice baths and we can do these like WODs, CrossFit workouts that damn near put you in rhabdo, and those are great too. But what I mean is like getting in gear, pulling hose, throwing ladders, forcing doors, masking up, putting yourself under stressful situations, blacked out conditions, whatever that looks like for you. Try to do that often. And I'm going on a tangent here, but basically you, the person that's listening to this, because you wouldn't be that if you weren't, you are highly motivated to answer the call. When the tones drop, you're the one. You're the 1% that shows up and has a mission and an understanding to serve the public for whatever they need. It could be a freaking EMS call, but you're going to do the best damn job possible, right? That's your mindset. So what happens when you go into a firehouse and that is not the mindset? The mindset of the crew essentially is, hey, we're going to run the calls and whatever's on the master calendar, we're going to do that. But other than that, we're in the recliners. We're watching movies. We're going to get a workout in because, we're bros, right? We're going to flex out. And that's cool. But firefighting training, I don't know. Colorado, it's a little bit cold outside. There's some frost on the windshields. Maybe we push training to, if we have anything, we do a tabletop. Nah, tabletops are stupid. Let's go back to watching cartoons and Saturday Night Live. What do you do in that culture? Especially as an acting officer, the person that is responsible for the lives on the rig and the way they handle themselves on calls and their future, right? Their career. In a 48-hour shift, you're not going to change the world. And I hate to tell you that, but that is the inevitable truth. The best thing that you can do is to continue to meet your own standards, right? You're going to get in gear. You're going to work out. You're going to read books. You're going to listen to podcasts, all fire-related stuff, right? Because you're the one. You're the 1%. And hopefully that rubs off on the crew, right? You hope that when you get in gear and you're out there banging on forcible entry props, that the guys come out and join you. And when I say guys, you know what I mean. Guys and girls, whoever's on the job. I mean every single person. I'm not trying to be sexist, all right? So let's throw that out the window. Lead by example, carry your own standards. But here's what's really hard. Don't let them bring you down to their level, their standard, right? The recliner does sound nice. It is a little cold outside. I would love to watch movies. Holiday season's coming up, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. We're in cruise control, baby. Why not relax? Because the people don't pay you to fucking relax. That's why. Now, I'm not saying you don't get downtime. I'm not saying you don't do family time, because those are absolutely very important for our fire service mental health and just crew culture building, relationship building. You need those things. If you're not doing the hard things in between, then you're kind of letting yourself down. You're letting your crew down. You're letting the community down. So as the acting officer, you're not going to change the world overnight. If you got some slugs, you got mutts that want to hang out in the recliners all day, treat it like, I don't know if you run EMS, right? Like you're trying to convince someone to do a refusal. You're trying to convince them that they don't need to go to the hospital. My general rule of thumb is you got one chance to convince them that they don't need an ambulance transport to the hospital. And I'm sure some of you have all had this conversation, right? Stub toe, chronic back pain that's been going on for 7 years. I'm sorry, this is not life or death situation. How can we help you get to the hospital without this ambulance bill taking us out of service? Because if a fire drops while I'm transporting you to the hospital, I'm going to be really pissed, right? This conversation, you get one chance. So you better make it a good one. So you got guys in the recliner or guys thinking about chilling all day. You say, hey, look, do something hard with me, get in gear. Let's do something. Explain the why. Explain the purpose behind it. And if they take you up on it, make a bargain with them. Say, hey, you do this with me, I'll fucking chill with you for the rest of the day. Let's get in our gear. Let's do something cool. Let's train. Let's learn something. And we check that box. I'm good. This is your house. This is your culture. Do this one thing for me, and then I will conform to however you guys want to run your crew, however you guys do this on a regular basis, because I can't convince you to change because this is not my house, right? That's just kind of what we got to do. And I know there's some hardcore dudes out there that are like, F that, they need to. Yes, they do. I get it. But you are going to drive yourself crazy trying to pick these mutts up off the ground to get out there and train. And one, you're not able to build that relationship and that understanding in a 24, 48-hour shift. So you got to kind of bargain, you got to explain it, and you got to try to get them out there. And if they don't want to do it, hold the line for yourself. Hold the standard for yourself. And then that way, when you're done training and you're sweating and you're grinding, you can at least lay your head down on the pillow knowing that you have done everything in your power to make yourself better and bring people there with you. That's all we can do in those situations. Now, it should also motivate you, if you are an acting officer, to use these experiences to work on your leadership skills and managing a firehouse. And then also, when you are promoted, recall these moments of frustration, of trying to get these people motivated and they're not. And then develop those skills so when you are promoted, you're not, once again, beating your head against the wall of, how do I get these guys out of the recliners? You're already practicing it now. So don't accept the role of substitute teacher. Hold the standard for yourself. Try to bring people with you. And man, just keep one step at a time. Just keep chipping away. Keep chipping away at it. And, the idea of maybe the department's not the best department for you, that's a whole nother episode, baby. I am just dropping some knowledge. This is a very quick, just call it a real talk, right? Like Andy Frisella in his podcast, the Real AF podcast, he does his real talks. He comes on, does like a 20 minute rant. I'm definitely not Andy Frisella. That dude's a badass. But I'm just sharing my thoughts because these are my frustrations, and I know for a fact some of you are going through the same problems. And This is the fucking relentless rejects. We don't give in. When they don't want to come out in the bay and train with you, we are relentless. When they reject your desire to read FDTN magazines and put up keynote speeches on YouTube from FDIC and they want to go do something else, you are relentless. When they reject you, you keep pushing. Who gives a shit about what people below you are doing? You're climbing the mountain. You're not sitting at the base of the mountain just bullshitting. All right? Become someone worth following and people will follow you. But that journey is a long fucking journey and I'm on it right now. And if people from my department are listening to this, they're rolling their eyes and, you know, they're fucking Preston's chirping away again. Yeah, you're fucking right. This is what I do. And am I the strongest? Am I the baddest? Am I the smartest? Hell no. I am not. There are mutts. There are dudes on the recliner that could probably get up at any moment and school me on something in this job or in life. And that's something I absolutely expect. And that's why I try to stay humble while my shit's beeping at me right now. I'm getting notified that I got to record a podcast with Blake Stinnett and John Velez on the Tailboard Misfits podcast for Firefighter Nation. So shameless plug there. So if you haven't gone on the Firefighter Nation platform and listened to some of the podcasts that John Velez and I have done, just the two of us and bringing on some guests in the future, please go and do that. And that'll be it for this little quick episode. And I hope you find value in it. If not, and you just think I'm bitching, let me know. You're a badass and you think I'm bitching, fucking shoot me a DM and put me in my place because, you know, I feel like I'm doing something to try to drop some knowledge or just let you know that you're not the only one dealing with the things in your firehouse. But if I'm the only one, let me know. All right. And if you like the shit that I'm talking about, or if you agree with it, or you're also experiencing it, message me as well. Like, subscribe, follow. Please share this with anybody on the path. And until next time, we'll see you later. Peace.